Hello, everybody. Now, I'm recording this really late at night, and I know probably by the time this goes out, they will have put the first part of the interview out that I'm going to talk about today. But I will also be talking about that, but I'm going to probably wait till Wednesday after they put both parts out, and then Friday is another exclusive interview. So I will be talking about this as soon as everything comes out, but I wanted to talk about the exclusive preview of Amber Heard's media interview about the trial. Now, this is the first interview that Amber sat down for to tell her side of the story. I had to make that a point because when I talk about something in this, you'll understand why. So, I'm sorry for the little glitch with my opening too. So, Amber Heard has opened up to Savannah on the Today Show about the high-profile defamation case brought on by her ex-husband, Johnny Depp, that concluded a few weeks ago when a jury unanimously found that Amber defamed Johnny and awarded him more than $10 million in damages. Today, which is still today, but it's tomorrow for us, put out a preview from the exclusive interview with Amber Heard with NBC News. The entire interview will be aired Tuesday, June 14th, and Wednesday, June 15th, which, like I said, I'm going to wait for both parts to come out and give my take on them. Also, there is going to be an hour-long special on Friday, June 17th, which will be on Dateline. She's just putting those interviews out. In these interviews, Amber Heard criticized the role that social media played in the 6-week trial that began on April 11th in Virginia. In the clip, Amber said that even somebody who is sure she is deserving of all this hate and vitriol, even if you think that she's lying, that you still couldn't tell her or look her in the eye and tell her that you think on social media there's been a fair representation. Now, I'm going to give my opinion on this statement. In her opinion, she feels like there hasn't been fair representation. But in today's society, especially now more than ever, because we have so many platforms we can do this on, people have opinions. They are allowed to put their opinions out there, whether it's on TikTok, Twitter, YouTube, even Instagram. They are allowed. They're also allowed to have their own opinions. When the evidence was presented, it was clear to a lot of people she was lying. And if they felt that way, they're allowed to put it out there. And if I ever came in contact with Amber Heard, I know I can look her in the eye and tell her, I think you are lying. And maybe you don't deserve all the hate, but people are allowed to their opinions. And it's not necessarily hate. It's them giving what they want to say, what they feel, just like how you feel. And you're allowed to that, Amber. As we all know, the former couple battled in court over a 2018 op that Amber wrote for the Washington Post, in which she described surviving a DA relationship. Though Amber did not name Johnny in this article, his lawyers alleged the op references that were made by Amber and also made during the divorce in 2016 were made about Johnny. Johnny Depp sued Amber Heard for $50 million, alleging that the opt impacted his career, which it did. How did it not? Anyways, though she also countersued for $100 million. Now, on a scale of who's more popular in the Hollywood industry, Johnny Depp is before Amber. He's been doing this for years upon years upon years and has made a name for himself. Amber, in my opinion, has just started making a more solid name for herself. She might have been in smaller things, but Aquaman and Aquaman 2 were one of her biggest roles that she had that was popular to a lot of people. So claiming $100 million because she thinks that he ruined and made allegations that would hurt her career is a lot more money. And I don't think $100 million is right because she's an upcoming actress and doesn't really have a name for herself like Johnny does. Johnny was actually being more fair with the $50 million, in my opinion. I mean, yes, it's a lot, but you have to think about the different things and roles that he's been in that ruined his chance of even a Pirates of Caribbean 6. It ruined him with any other movie that someone might want him in, any commercials, any online things, any interviews. That ruined him more than it ruined her. If anything, that helped her in her case after the Washington Post because she was getting more things to be able to talk about what that article was about. Though they weren't actually true, in my opinion, that doesn't help her claim that she deserves $100 million. When you're lying about something, you're not going to continue to get the coverage, especially after you lying. And that is why she is, in my opinion, milking this for all she can with the interviews. She said she does want to come out with a book and also an appeal against this. Now, after this, we all know that in 2020, Johnny lost a liable trial in the UK. That was against The Sun that raised some of the issues. Johnny had sued the newspaper after it claimed he assaulted Amber and that he was a wife beater. That judge had ruled that the claims that The Sun had published were substantially true to them, which means what they were given by Amber and other people, they believe the story to be true. Just like a lot of us before this trial thought her claims were substantially true as well, until evidence was provided literally showing that she was lying. So I get why the UK judge did rule in The Sun's favor. And I completely understand that UK has a lot of different laws than the US, and that a lot of evidence couldn't be provided in that trial. Now, that judgment was not disclosed to the jurors in Virginia, according to Amber's attorney, Elaine Bredehoft, which I agree with maybe Johnny's lawyers that shouldn't be disclosed to the jurors. It has nothing to do with this trial. Amber was not against him in that trial. It was versus the Sun. She was a witness in that trial, but it was not Johnny versus Amber. And she's been saying on social media, oh, but the UK trial, I won. You did not win that trial. The Sun won that trial. You didn't. And that really gets me heated, as you can tell. Now, jurors in Virginia were ordered to not read about any of the stuff happening with the trial or research the case. But they were not sequestered, which means that they were not isolated or hidden away, while some cases the jurors is put away so that way they can't look at all this stuff or details or opinions regarding cases that they're a juror for. It was a 6-week trial. That's taking 6 weeks out of their life. Yes, they're getting paid for it, but that's 6 weeks away from their family. And one of the LawTubers that I watched, he made a great point saying he does not believe that they went and researched. And he believes that if he did go on, or if they went on social media and they saw anything, they got off. He thinks that the jurors were fair. And if she's believing that they weren't, she's pretty much calling these jurors out, saying they didn't do what they were supposed to do, that they broke the law. Amber. Okay, let's continue. On social media, particularly TikTok, people overwhelmingly have been supporting Johnny Depp throughout the defamation trial. As of June 3rd, the hashtag Justice for Johnny Depp had nearly 20 billion views on TikTok, while Justice for Amber Heard had over 80 million. Hashtags like Amber Heard is guilty had 900 million views on social media at the time. I personally feel that Twitter did have an outpouring support for Johnny as well. I also feel like the TikTok people that made videos about this did not spend 8 hours every day watching the trial like a lot of Twitter users, which doesn't say they can't have an opinion. It just means that they watched more clips and saw different things and not watched all 8 hours like we did. So I feel Twitter did have a lot more outpouring support for Johnny in that way. And that's because the TikTokers and Twitter users saw all the lies that she had told to hurt him, hurt his reputation and his career for whatever reason she had to wanting to do it. Whether it was because she was a gold digger and not so much as great as an actress or actor as Johnny. Whatever her reason was, she was trying to hurt him. Now, I know also there was a hashtag going around Twitter that was Amber Turd. And this even happened back in 2020 when the UK trial was going on. And that was something that was big during her trial. I didn't like that hashtag because I think it was offensive to her. And I can see getting upset if someone used that hashtag with me. But like justice for Johnny, that's showing their support. Justice for Amber is showing Amber supporters supporting her. I don't see those as bad hashtags. Amber is a liar. Well, she is. That's their opinion. It's not a bad hashtag as well. Now, Amber Turd, yes, that's making fun of her. I can understand why she was hurt there, even though I might have used it once or twice. Though the jury was instructed to stay off social media, Amber and her legal team insisted it still impacted the case. In the clip, she talks about this, and we will hear more during this interview today. I did take a peek at it already. And tomorrow, and then probably on Friday, Johnny Depp's attorney, Ben Chu, and Camila Vasquez also made an appearance on the Today Show on June 8th, where they discussed that there is no reason to believe that the jurors violated their oath by engaging on social media. Where is the evidence? Now, a big thing with me and my channel is I like putting the evidence out there. I do a lot of research for a reason. I want evidence. I want to make sure I'm putting the facts out there. I want to make sure I'm showing everything that might prove or will prove the facts of a case, of anything that's happening, whether it's on YouTube with bigger influencers or celebrities, things like that. Even in my everyday life, I need proof before I can say, well, that person did that. They provided evidence for the case. We saw what Amber was doing. Do I believe that the jurors violated their oath? No, I don't. And there is no proof that they did. Now, we don't know who the jurors are. I don't know if the legal teams do. I'm pretty sure that they do. Did they go and check their social media to see if they were engaging on social media during this time? Were they watching from their home? They had cameras there watching? We'll never know. I mean, the social media, we can have evidence to prove if they were or not. If they were tweeting or TikToking or posting anything or replying to posts, that could provide evidence. But where is that evidence? Show it if you have it. You can't just make up a blatant lie, but we know that's what they do anyways. Amber has done that all throughout this trial. Johnny Depp has not made any appearances on any talk show or done any interviews with people. All he's done really is put out his statement after the trial. I will get into that a little bit more in a minute. Now, the jurors heard testimony from Johnny, Amber's, and others connected to them, including 2 of Johnny's former partners. And along with quote-unquote randos, that Amber calls them, that also provided testimony. That right there just makes me think she's better than everybody else, or that's what she believes. Randos, these were people that have like degrees in different areas that some of them helped you out. Randos? Okay, anyways. Ultimately, the 7-person jury unanimously found clear and convincing evidence that Amber Heard defamed Johnny. That's why they awarded him the $15 million in combining compensation and punitive damages. The judge did reduce the punitive damages, making the total amount that Amber owes Johnny $10.4 million. The jurors also awarded Miss Amber $2 million in compensatory damages after the jury did find that one of Johnny's lawyers had defamed her. Not him, but a lawyer for him. Both Johnny and Amber issued responses after the trial. Amber released her literally probably as she was walking out the door, and Johnny did a little bit later. There's a point to that. Despite the verdict and responses online, Amber told Savannah that she's not offended by the public's opinion of her. That's a bullshit lie, because she clearly is offended if she is saying that social media influenced this case. People are allowed to their opinions. Where are they going to post their opinions so people can see it? Social media. That is their right. So though she says she's not offended, she is. She wouldn't be talking about what is going on in social media if she wasn't offended. Amber doesn't care what one thinks about her or the judgment. She does want people to know and make aware that what happened in the privacy of her own home, in her marriage, or behind closed doors is not something the average person should know about these things. And so she isn't taking it personally. I call bullshit there as well, too. You kind of have to go into the details, especially when you're claiming that there was DA and SA, and you have to prove your evidence on why you said what you said in that article. You kind of have to talk about it. Yes, average people don't talk about it, but average people also don't have trials every single day where they have to disclose that information. Amber also said that she doesn't blame the jury for ruling against her, but we all know there is going to be more to that statement. She actually understands that because he is a beloved character and people feel like they know him and he's a fantastic actor, that's why they sided with Johnny. Now, she made claims that Johnny's lawyers were the ones who were convincing the world he had scissors on his fingers. And she had to listen to that for 2 weeks and how bad of an actor she was. What's that have to do with anything? And I don't think they were trying to convince anyone that he had scissors on his fingers. Like, what kind of statement is that? They were just proving how much acting that he's done and how his reputation has been affected because of her. Now, in my opinion, this is all complete bullshit. She was the one who immediately went to Twitter within moments of leaving the courthouse, which means to me that she had these tweets planned out. Now, a spokesperson for Amber also claims that in this trial that Johnny and his lawyers blanketed social media for days after the verdict with numerous statements and interviews on television. And Johnny himself did the same on social media. Let's look at the evidence here. Elaine, her attorney, was the first person to do an interview. Amber was the first person to put a statement on social media. Johnny's lawyers did an interview after Elaine. And Amber did her interview technically on 6/9, though they're airing it tomorrow and Wednesday. Johnny has only made a statement that was made not way after, but a little bit after the verdict. Amber immediately went onto Twitter and Instagram and posted her statement, literally minutes after the verdict. So tell me how his lawyers blanketed social media days after the verdict with numerous statements and interviews on television, and Johnny himself did the same. Johnny does not give a F. He is doing what he needs to do with his band and having fun. That one statement was all he made. And we really haven't heard much. We've only really heard from his attorneys that this trial wasn't about the money, and he made kind of like a statement about it, which we'll get into just in a couple of minutes. Oh, I think that she used that to her benefit, saying that statement, but people can read through that lie. All they have to do is look for the proof. It's not hard. You could just watch the Today Show and see the order of interviews. And I also have Johnny's lawyer on Twitter. And really all that's been talked about is how Camilla has now been a partner. And more people have put out their opinion, how great of a lawyer that Camilla is and that, you know, how they feel. It's not really been his attorneys or him. She is straight up lying again in this interview. I don't know if she is actually physically lying or she really believes this shit. To me, this was a script, and she followed that script during the interview. Anyways, it's not that the interview was something that I didn't want to watch, because I wanted to hear what she had to say about this. And a lot of other people will as well. The interview was reportedly filmed and was tightly secured, and also was a secretive thing. Like, nobody knew she was giving this interview. And the interview wasn't even filmed in the usual location or at any NBC headquarters. She was, in her opinion, scared for her life. I feel like she is thinking this. She is putting this in her head, and she believes this to be true. To me, that's going a little above and beyond. But have we not seen this from her the entire time? Now, Elaine, Amber's lawyer, told Savannah that her client plans to appeal the verdict. Johnny did make kind of an offer that he never did this for the money, that he just wanted his reputation back. He wanted people to know the truth. He has been completely hurt by Amber Heard and the things that she's said. So, if she doesn't make an appeal, he said that he would be fine with her not having to pay the $10 million that he won. Because again, it wasn't about the money for him. It was about his reputation. Now, I do want to talk about one more thing because I did spend a lot of time watching Rakita Law tonight, and I'm actually paused and going to watch the rest of it after I do this stream. But there is a journalist that I have heard, known. I do read some of her articles. She's big into the Twitter and social media. She's covered a lot of Katie Joy stuff, which Katie Joy, for those who don't know, is a YouTuber that a lot of people dislike because she's kind of like Amber Heard, where she lies. She's a narcissist and she believes this. So Kat put out a tweet, and this is what it said. Wow. The YouTubers who live streamed Depp vs. Heard made 6 figures last month in just super chats. YouTube's tipping feature. And then she posted the article about it. Now, I did read this article. I will link it in the description so you all can read it as well. As you can see, Emily D. Baker is the person in the middle, which she covered the Katie Joy, Tati Westbrook lawsuit, which was an interest to me, as well as a lot of other people in the anti-KJ community that I do know has come and watched things on my channel. And I've gotten more into the legal and celebrity news because I enjoy that. I watch a lot of it. I love law. If it wasn't for me ever working in that law firm, by getting a job that I never thought I would get, and it was pure luck, I would never know how much I love law. And I do want to continue my career in the law field, whether it's being a paralegal, going back to school, or just getting another job in a law firm and doing what I do best. I do have paralegal skills because I was starting to learn that before Covina happened. I was just getting into that, but I did all the new patient intakes. Intakes. That's my medical field. New client intakes. I filed. That was how I started. I was the filing clerk. I answered phones. Then I started with the whole getting police reports. I was pretty much one out of the 2 main lawyers and 6 other attorneys. I was pretty much their assistant. Literally anything this attorney needed, and he had over 3,000 cases, 2,000 that weren't in suit yet. I knew where every file was in that office. I knew everything that he needed to prepare him for that day. And anything he needed, I would do in a second. I was kind of his bitch, though I enjoyed it. I do miss it. He was a great attorney, though he did get suspended for 6 months for doing what he did at another law firm. But that's nor here nor there. He was still a great attorney. That's why he had so many clients. But to say, and now in this article, she states that she deserves more money because she is an actual journalist and she has a degree, where these LawTube people are making more money than she is, and they don't have a journalist degree. I wrote a long 3-tweet reply. You can go look at it. I will link it down below with her tweet that she put out. I might actually have it. Let me check right now. But to say that these people don't deserve what they did and the super chats that they got is, to me, insane. Yes, I do have my tweets, so I'm going to add them right now. That's insane to me. They worked their ass off. They sat there every single day watching this trial with the public. They sat there and gave their legal opinion as to what was happening. They have a degree in the legal field. Unlike her, she has her journalist degree and they have theirs. Now, here is what I wrote back to her. They work hard at what they are doing. I kind of screwed up there. Just as much as you do. And in this world, people can be amazing at something they do without having all these certifications and degrees. As long as they work their asses off doing what they do. They also have legal degrees. And those helped tell people about the trial. They are knowledgeable in that. You didn't pass the bar or have a legal degree, do you? They gave factual information on the trial that way. You might know what's going on and have some knowledge on law, but they have a degree and studied it. So they came. I can't, this is a little small for me as well. So they have a degree, and so they earned that hard-earned money like you did when reporting on what you know in the news. It's a fair playing field, in my opinion, because you both know what you both know, just in different areas. You both worked hard. If you really want, you could have started a YouTube channel too, and talking about what you wrote more in depth. And then I tagged, of course, Rakita Law, Emily D. Baker, Legal Bites, which are the people that she put in the article, the DUI guy, which he's a great lawyer, Uncivil Law, Justice for Johnny Depp, LawTube, Rakita Law, Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard, because Rakita Law was the one who made this aware. And I have to actually go there because I don't know why I didn't add Legal Vices, who I'm a mod for his channel. He's a great guy. He listens to everyone's opinions. He remains kind of unbiased until he hears what he hears about different things happening in the trial, and then he makes his opinion based on that. He's a great YouTuber. I will link his channel below, as well as Rakita Law, Emily D. Baker, and Legal Bites, as well as Uncivil Law and the DUI guy, because they're all great lawyers. They all did amazing job with this trial. Now, I do feel like my opinion was, I don't know how I want to describe this. It wasn't necessarily a mean tweet. It was having a compromise with her, showing her this is what you have and this is what they have. So to call them a horrible journalist because they don't have a degree and they shouldn't be making the six figures that they did is bullshit. It's bullshit. Just like what I was just saying, I don't have a certification or degree as a paralegal, but I was damn good at my job. And those attorneys will say that. They are references to any office that I will go into in the future. They still have contact with me, though they have not brought back most employees to the office. That's why I'm not there. If not, I would be there. Am I damn good at what I do? Yes. Do I have a degree? No. I worked my ass off for it. So for her to be like, well, you have no law background is bullshit, because I do. I might not be a paralegal. I might not know certain things about the law, like actual, lawyer, this is that, that is this. I have backgrounds. I have some knowledge with the law that is enough for me to kind of explain that to you all in the sense of, listen, I don't have a certification, but this is what's going on. This is what is being done in the law from an actual normal person's perspective. Though I enjoy watching the LawTube people because they actually go more in depth with the laws and why things are happening in these trials. That's why I watch LawTube. Now, before we go, I am going to show you the preview from the exclusive interview with Amber Heard. I do want to show you a couple more people's opinion with this cat tweet. The Quartering, who was just on Rakita Law, he actually got swatted, which is a terrible thing that these people do to these YouTubers. He just said, so what? This person replied to The Quartering and said, what about corporate news? They need money too. How the hell can they get money with all these bigwig YouTubers? They get money too. These LawTubers put goddamn work into what they did with this trial. They sat there for the 8 hours every single day for 6 weeks, giving their opinion and watching it and also describing what is going on with the trial. Corporate news can report on it like they did, which was, this happened during today's trial. This person was on the stand as a witness. That person was on the stand with a witness. Here are a couple clips from the trial, but they didn't do what these YouTubers did. And even after the Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial, these LawTubers will continue to do what they're doing, but the corporate news is going to still have all the other stories that they're putting out there and more. They're making money. Then we have this, which was from Good For Them tweet, and this person said exactly, they spent time researching. They are experts in their field. They provided insight and education to their viewers. Unlike the media, who has routinely given misinformation and put next to zero effort in their reporting. Good on the experts on YouTube, etc., which that's true. We see a lot of media right now going after Johnny. I've seen plenty of articles that have given misinformation and then had to retract it and go back and say, oh, well, this really didn't happen. I'm sorry that I put this out too soon. I like seeing the facts. This person said, I'm so happy for them. They worked hard, watching every moment of that trial and sharing expertise. Imagine if everyone actually watched the trial respectfully and kept in fact base like they did. Well done to them all. And I do agree with these tweets. All right, so moving on, because I am at the 45-minute mark, and I didn't want to make this as long as I did, but I wanted to get my opinion out there because this really bothered me. And I can't wait to see her exclusive interview Tuesday and Wednesday, and I promise that I will give my opinion on that as well. So please stay tuned for those streams.
Me or what judgments you want to make about what happened in the privacy of my own home and my marriage behind closed doors. I don't presume the average person should know those things, and so I don't take it personally. But even somebody who is sure I'm deserving of all this hate and vitriol, even if you think that I'm lying, you still couldn't look me in the eye and tell me that you think on social media there's been a fair representation. You can.
Yes, I can say there has been a fair representation. Maybe not for you, but it's these people's opinions and how they felt. And like I said, I can look you in the eye and say that. You feel one way, I feel another, just like all these people. They're allowed to say their opinions. And yes, I have to stop because we don't need NBC putting a claim on my video.
Not tell me that you think that this has been fair.
Of course, we also touched on what happened in court and what the jury decided. There's no polite way to say it. The jury looked at the evidence you presented. They listened to your testimony, and they did not believe you. They thought...
Oh, Savannah went hard. She did.
You were lying.
How could...
This is her acting skills at hand. How could? Look down. That's what she did the whole trial.
How could they make a judgment? How could they not come to that conclusion? They had sat in those seats and heard over 3 weeks of nonstop. What judgments you want?
6 weeks. I kind of pressed the wrong button. 6 weeks of a trial. And what are you trying to say? They heard the testimonies. They heard the witnesses. They are the jury. They are the ones deciding. Just because you feel they got it wrong, they looked at what was presented and they made their decision fairly based on that. And I think I'm still a little further ahead. So, yes, here we go.
Presented. They listened to your testimony, and they did not believe you. They thought you were lying.
How could... I'll put it this way. How could they make a judgment? Is she trying to cry? How could they not come to that conclusion? They had sat in those seats and heard over 3 weeks of nonstop, relentless testimony from paid employees and towards the end of the trial, randos, as I say.
Randos.
I don't blame.
It was 2 paid employees. 2 paid employees. How are you going to say that? Oy vey. As my grandmother would say.
It wasn't, I don't blame them. I actually understand he's a beloved character. And people feel they know him. He's a fantastic actor.
Their job is to not be dazzled by that. Their job is to look at the facts and the evidence. And they did not believe your testimony or your evidence.
Again, how could they, after listening to 3.5 weeks of testimony?
6 weeks. And when they pick these jurors, they try to make it as fair as possible. So they'll ask them questions like, have you ever heard of Johnny Depp? Have you ever heard of Amber Heard? Clearly, they've all been in, well, Johnny's been in a lot more movies than Amber, but they try to pick people that don't really know, especially with celebrities. They try to pick people that don't know who these celebrities are, so that way they can have a more unbiased opinion. So, again, I don't believe that these jurors base their opinion because he's a beloved character in all these movies.
About how I was a non-credible person, not to believe a word that came out of my mouth.
We're going to have more of our exclusive interview with Amber Heard first on today, tomorrow, and Wednesday morning. It's a wide-ranging sit-down. And then we'll have the conversation on a special Dateline this Friday night, hour-long, 8/7 Central.
Looking forward to that.
So yeah, that was the exclusive preview. And I'm getting off here because that was only my tumbler. So it didn't tumble. But anyways, I'm going to get off here so I don't waste any more of your time. Thank you for coming to my channel. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you can get notified for when I post videos, when I do lives. We do game night Saturday or Friday nights. Usually we do it on a Friday. Sometimes we do it on a Saturday based on my personal life, and if I have anything planned, that's just what I do. I put my personal life first. But we have fun, and we all get together and play trivia games. We do a lot of Jackbox games, and if you haven't heard of Jackbox, they are a wonderful game company. You can get it on the Xbox, you can get it on the computer, you can play by yourself, or you can play with a bunch of people. I first heard about it on Twitch and had an amazing time playing it. And I've actually tried for multiple years to get other YouTubers to actually do this, like BX Beast Boy, which I have nothing bad to say about him. I was a mod for him at one time, though we have differences and it didn't last but more than almost 2 years. Check him out. And I finally, was like, let's do it on my channel. I've tried for multiple times to get, it was mainly BX, and I also suggested it to one other YouTuber that was a friend of mine. She just didn't have the time, which I completely understand. But come and join us for game night. I will also be going live again. I know I haven't been live. I've been working on getting more out there with spending time with my boyfriend and just enjoying life. There's been a lot of drama on YouTube. I've actually stopped watching all these drama streams that I was watching, and I'm watching a lot of LawTube. I'm watching a lot of craft videos because I do a lot of DIY products. I've been watching a lot of nail videos because I do a lot of nails, and that's something I do on my channel, as well as just enjoying life. There's no need for the hate. There's no need for these hate streams. There's no need for the back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And I don't really give a fuck what anyone has to say about me. And I still don't. And I don't watch those streams. So say whatever the hell you want about me. That's your opinion. I'm not going to do it here. That's just not who I am. Whether you believe it or not, I haven't done it since August of last year when I made a pact with myself that I wouldn't do it. And I really didn't do it before that point because it's just something I never agreed with. So if that's what you're into, I get it. Drama sometimes is appealing to people. It's a dumpster fire that they're going to sit there and watch. I watch reality TV, so I understand. I like watching The Real Housewives of New Jersey because they have some drama and it's kind of interesting to see. I get it. But it's just not for me on YouTube. What these people do to these other YouTubers is beyond crazy, especially like with the quartering. Someone didn't like them, so they called the police and got them swatted. You don't do that. But anyways, I hope you all have a lovely day. I will be back here with more tomorrow, since this is technically Tuesday, late night, early morning. I'm confused. Monday night, early Tuesday. I can't tell what day it is. But I hope you all have a lovely day on Tuesday. Check out this interview, and we will be back here on Wednesday. I will probably go live for that because I want to hear what you guys have to say. So come here Wednesday night, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard, and tell me what you feel about this interview. Tell me what you feel about this whole trial. Let's talk about it. Until then, you guys have a wonderful day. Love you all. Like, subscribe, hit that bell. Check me out on other social media platforms. Check me out on Twitter. I have 2 Twitters, a personal and channel one. I have them both out there for you all. TikTok, Instagram. I would love to hear what you guys have to say. Bye, everyone.